Thank you for giving me about 10 minutes of your time today while I go and read to you my speech about lead in today's toys. My name is Maria DeCare. This is for my speech class at Herzing College. How concerned should we be with today's toys and the lead problem? There seems to be an ever-growing list of toys that are being recalled off today's shelves from some of the United States' largest toy manufacturers. Is the problem they are no longer made in the United States? Toys like Dora the Explorer, Curious George, Sesame Street, Aquadots, and lots of the general jewelry that we buy for our children. At one time, all toys were made in the United States, and they were actually stamped made in the U.S. Now we see made in China as the norm. Now what we really have to ask is, are the toys made in China really the problem with lead poisoning? There were many toys made in the United States starting back as early as the 1920s, continuing through the mid-70s when lead was found to cause health issues. There were soldiers, farm animals, trucks, and even they sold kits to make your own army. Nobody ever complained about that. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Safety Council, and the National Institutes of Health say that children exposed to lead, mainly by lead-based paint and lead-contaminated dust found in deteriorating buildings and homes that were built before 1978 when lead-based paints were banned. Children can get lead in their bodies when they put lead objects such as toys with lead-based paint or parts in their mouth. It is especially dangerous when they swallow the lead object. Children who play in the dirt contaminated by lead, either from gasoline emissions or from peeling house paint, can end up with lead-contaminated soil under their fingernails, on their toys and on their clothes, and then bring it into their homes. Other sources of lead poisoning is drinking water caused by lead pipes, solder, brass fixtures, faucets, and valves, children's paint sets, and art supplies, and storage batteries are other culprits. It seems that toys are not the major source of lead exposure to children at all. Even U.S. health officials say lead poisoning affects hundreds of thousands of U.S. youngsters, but most of them get it from paint chips and dust from the deteriorating buildings, not recalled toys. Look at your environment. Where do your children play? What was there before your home was built? Was it merely a farm field? How about that playground? What was there before the playground was put in? I think if you were concerned about lead poisoning in your child, it would be smart to look at the other ways your children could be affected. We as parents and adults all know that when we buy a toy for a child, it doesn't take long before that toy ends up in a toy box. Granted, we as a consumer just have to watch what we buy. Ultimately, it is the parent, the grandparent, the aunts and the uncles who purchase these toys. We have to make the right decision. And just as it is up to us to make sure the toys that we buy are safe for the children and grandchildren, it is up to us to make sure our children's environment is safe. Be proactive in checking out environmental factors. Thank you for your time.